Hey everybody, thanks for joining us back out here at the Range Report. Now this is going to be take two of something that we started in Las Vegas at SHOT Show, but due to some unexpected human error, we have to do a retake. We are with our buddy Ryan McDonald at Blackwater Firearms, and Ryan, as you may know from last year, introduced the world to the thumb-operated receiver, which, how is that rifle designated now?
What do you mean? What's it called?
Yeah, what are we calling it?
So kind of to preserve some of the legacy of the company that we started and why we named it what we did, we decided to call it the Ironhorse, Blackwater Ironhorse.
All right, now if you're not familiar with it, this is a thumb-operated receiver. It's unlike anything else in the AR market that you can get. This is something that was designed for a few purposes in mind. One of them being for people who sustained injury to be able to get back into the shooting sports, accuracy improvements. You guys were met with a little bit of skepticism going in from last year, but I think people are coming around to it now.
Yes, it's actually it's been really interesting to see the shift in the paradigm over the course of even a year. Obviously, tying in with Blackwater has given us some brand cachet and helped with credibility quite a bit, but even before that happened, we had really gotten to a place where people were coming around. It's one of those things that, as we said repeatedly, you really have to try to fully appreciate it. And just like a lot of things that you see in innovation, a big change like that, people should be skeptical.
Yeah.
And when we set out to try to think of a better way to, address long-range shooting, I knew that there would be quite a curve in getting people to accept it, and it's been great lately. We've had so much demand, we're actually completely sold out right now.
For anybody who doesn't know, we're at an undisclosed location in the great state of North Carolina, and this is one of the facilities that you guys are going to be dealing out of. Mm-hmm. Blackwater is not only known for your rifle and your shotgun design, the Sentry. They're also they have a pretty interesting line of ammunition and handguns as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we're working on a 2011 pistol. We're really excited about. We also have the two-part casing ammunition that's available now. It comes in several calibers and variations depending on what your need is.
Yeah,
and we're going to continue to.
Yeah, that just blew me away. I got my hands on some of the two-part casing ammunition. I could not believe the difference in the weight between a standard FMJ and the two-part. It's a third less weight. Wow, I know when I go to the range, I'm usually 300-400 rounds in deep in one range bag. That's going to make a substantial difference in my ability to carry ammo to the range.
Yeah, I mean, as they say in the Marine Corps, ounces are pounds, pounds are pain. And any amount of weight that you can take off when you're carrying a big load of ammo is obviously a huge win. Another thing that's super important about those rounds being a two-part casing is for reloaders, if you're especially shooting bigger caliber rounds, it starts to stretch and ruin that brass over time. This allows you to continue reloading the shells that you buy for a longer period of time. So for reloaders, it's also a better investment.
Yeah, and I understand the projectile is also proprietary to you guys. You have a special projectile.
Correct.
We're not going to go into all the minutiae about that. Hopefully I can get my hands on some and we can do some range testing at some point in the future, because the stuff is really, it's killer. I mean, to double entendre there. It's some really cool stuff, but it's awesome to see. I mean, I personally speaking, I couldn't be any more proud of you.
Thank you.
For how far you've come and just the time that you guys introduced to where you are now, and now you're under a big recognizable label, which is fantastic. And we just got a sneak peek at the Ironhorse Rifle in one configuration, because I know that the lower can be adapted to any upper that's on the market, right? So you can already have an existing AR, and if you want to take one apart and put your lower on it, you can. But you guys also have a fully assembled, out of the box, long distance competition ready shooting rifle that you only have to throw an optic on.
Yeah, correct. That's something we developed and released at SHOT Show this year. It's a fully aluminum AR platform, so the stock and handguard are both milled from 6061 aluminum. It's a very lightweight platform considering that there are no injection molded parts on the gun, which also helps lend itself to making a really rigid, accurate platform with some really great tolerances. In addition to that, we are also working on our own sniper rifle platform. I can't say a whole lot about that
I'm not going to expect it to, but we are going to hold you to letting us know firsthand.
I will. I think it's very exciting. It doesn't come from the perspective of the T.O.R, which was kind of trying to reinvent the wheel, as some people have put it. It's using existing technologies in a very novel way that I think lend itself really well to long-range, semi-auto sniper rifles. There really is nothing else even comparable on the market for large magnum caliber sniper rifles.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, I know what area you like. You're going into the area of stuff that I like to shoot. I haven't found anything yet that hurts me enough that dissuades me from wanting to shoot it more. So yeah, keep coming with magnums and large calibers. We like that stuff.
Our end goal, and I think we are going to get there, is we want that platform to be able to crack out 2 shots in a semi-auto configuration and be within half MOA at 2 miles.
All right. I'm going to have to find a space to shoot at down here. Unless we go back to Utah, I can make.
There are a lot of long range.
I can make that. I can make that trip. I think we can take care of that. But man, how I know that Sentry was you have pre-sales. Do we have any idea when we're going to be looking at getting that out to people?
Yes, we are close, and I know that we keep telling people that, and some people are frustrated. We've had some people mention things like Kickstarter, and is this one of those things where you took the money and you can't deliver? And we actually ironically have 250 shotguns that basically just need a little bit of mill work and then can be assembled, but we can't do it because this year we started development on the shotguns and we hired a company to build the injection mold tooling for us. They told us that it would take 5 to 6 weeks, and it ended up taking them 6 months. And so I built some squish into our timeline of what we told pre-orders they would get their stuff, but not that much. And then at the same time, we outgrew our office, had to move, and then we sold a chunk of the company off to Blackwater, obviously, and partnered with them, which required a rebranding.
And then you had SHOT Show happen right up in the middle. Then we have the NRA show that's going to be coming up. And the only reason I ask about this is because when I got my hands on the Sentry at SHOT Show, I was so completely impressed with it. Now, I've been clamoring to get my hands on this because I really love pump-action shotguns. I love a pistol grip shotgun. I love everything that the Sentry has to offer, including the modularity and being able to swap components on and make it for anything that you need. Whether you wanted to use it as a door breacher or a home defense, you want to use it for skeet and trap, you got all those bases covered. And I want this shotgun so bad, and the only reason I asked you is because when I felt it, I realized, you know what, it's worth the wait. If that's what you're going to be putting in the hands of the consumer market, believe me, you're gonna love it when you get it. It's worth every minute that you have to wait for it. These guys knocked it out of the park, but
I agree. And another piece of frustration here for us is most of this comes down to the processes involved with when you are running a firearms manufacturer. If you move offices, if you change your DBA or anything like that, you have to go through an approval process for marking variances and things with the ATF, and that process takes as long as it takes. Yeah. And we had to go through that process several times. a lot of people were concerned that we had as many shotguns as we did at SHOT Show, and they said, okay, if we have enough shotguns to bring these to SHOT Show, why hasn't my order been filled? But every single shotgun we had at SHOT Show was a prototype.
Right.
And those were all things that we had in inventory for, you know, a while, and were marked Ironhorse. So we can't manufacture and serialize firearms under that name, or couldn't until very recently. And you can't mill a firearm past a certain point unless you're prepared to mark it within 24 hours, or you're out of ATF compliance. And so,
nothing helps innovation quite like the stamp of approval from government.
Yes.
I mean, you guys have been coming out with one right after another of these fantastic ideas, these great products that are going to revolutionize so much of the shooting industry, and that every time you turn around, there's another piece of red tape, another hurdle that you got to jump over, you know, all for the, you know, to keep a certain section of government happy.
Yeah, that's very true, and it is hard, especially because we do have so much demand for the shotgun. I don't know if you saw, but it was in Recoil's top 5 shotguns of SHOT Show,
Yeah.
and it was the only one of the 5 that was not semi-auto. It was the only pump.
Yeah, well, that says a lot for it. I mean, like I said, it's just such an incredibly innovative design. I mean, there's nothing like it ever been on the market. There's nobody even comes close to, you know, what it has, and I think when people see it, they get to feel it, especially when they get to shoot it. I think people are really gonna just flip their lids when they get a hold of that thing. That's gonna be a winner.
That's what we hope to.
Because I know that the Ironhorse Rifle is gonna appeal to a specific market. The Sentry is going to be able to appeal to everybody. That's going to be some, because you have so many places where you do have restrictions as to what kind of rifles you can use, what kind of grips you can have, what kind of attachments you can have. You know, but in the illustrious words of our former vice president, just get a shotgun. Just get a shotgun. Well, there's not going to be many shotguns better than the one you guys are putting out.
True, especially one that's available to so many people in states where they're, you know, gun laws are not so Second Amendment friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, there's other words I use, but I try to keep it kid friendly here. But well, listen, we just happened to link up this morning through our media accounts, and we realized that we were only a little bit away from one another. We went out today. We had a wonderful lunch. What was the name of that place?
The Smoke Pit.
The Smoke Pit. Awesome pulled pork sandwiches. Yes, I'm giving them a shout out. No, we're not getting paid for it. It was just that damn good.
It was good. It was so good. It was like meat candy.
Right, now you're heading back home today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? All right. Well, unfortunately, I don't get a chance to take you out to one of our ranges and have us blow some stuff up together, but
I'll be back.
we're going to hold you to it. So, listen, where can everybody find out more information about the products?
So everything right now is being moved over to blackwaterammunition.com. Ironhorsefirearms.com is still up, where you can find spec sheets and things about the firearms, but we're not taking any sales through that website right now. You can also find us on Instagram as Blackwater Firearms and Blackwater Ammunition.
All right, now stay tuned at the end of the video, because we're going to do a series of stills with a little explanation under each one to detail exactly what it is that we've been talking about. You might even see some stuff pop up here at some point in the video, but like I said, this is Frank from the Range Report with our good friend Ryan McDonald, guy we could not be more proud of. Thanks. He's the future of the Second Amendment right here. This is what innovation looks like.
Thank you.
Now I'm getting a laser beam shot at me.
That's it.
Politicians take from you and me the very liberties that set us free. Stand up and fight for this democracy. Is you and me, whether it found us saddle up, let's ride. Now we're the real Americans.